Hello, you stinky MFs. There's Argy. I figured because we talk about Lego a little bit and we didn't film an intro, I thought I'd show you my little Lego collection, and also Argy because he's just so adorable, you know what I'm saying? Also, look at this boy. You're right in the way, aren't you, Max? Okay, well, this is my little Lego room. I'm going to show you all my secrets now. Ta-da! It's a bit of a mess, and it's only small because this is in it. Holy hell! What a ludicrously big bit of Lego. For a bit of context, hang on, let me zoom out. That's the size of it. It's like a meter long.
Argy loves the Lego room, don't you, baby?
That's all the bits that are left, and I've also got all sorts of. Argy, you're being really annoying. Move. No. Max just hit his head on the camera. I can show you lots and lots of Star Wars Lego. Wow. Holy moly, this is crazy. Wow. I'm gonna sort out a better way of organising it at some point, which includes killing Argyle. Go on, Arg, you can intro the show now. That's enough Lego for one day. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Jar Media episode 99! Woo! Woo! Episode 99, the whole gang is here. Well, by the whole gang, I mean half the gang.
No, we got more than half. Max is over there.
Max over there, Argy's down
No,
here.
that is still half. Oh no, we've got over half. Argy's here.
Yeah.
What's up, Argy? Pound it.
Yeah. Nice. We're here, we're queer, get used to it.
No, I'm not gay.
You excited for episode... No one cares about 99, everyone cares about 100. You excited for 100 at JARCAST?
I mean, technically, there's already been 100.
No,
just...
I just spilled tea everywhere.
And on Argy. Oh, he's licking it.
No, he's right. He'll clean it up. So what's on the agenda today? Pop-Tart?
Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
Let me have a think.
I'm just going to wipe my jacket on it. So
Let's just give people a little update as to what we've been doing in our lives. What movies have you watched, Alex? We watched Return of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, sorry. Fuck that up.
And it was really, 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 really
boring.
Bad. God, it was bad.
I haven't seen that movie in many, many years.
Yeah, same.
And because we watched Attack of the Clones as well, semi-recently. And
yeah, we did.
They're worse now than in my memory. Seeing like glimpses of what it could be.
Yeah, it's pretty dreadful, isn't it?
And then seeing
for me,
the harsh reality.
For me, the third one is my least favourite one. Simply because it's the one everyone like loves for some reason. Still gives a pass, even though it has the exact same problems as the first and second one. It's just a bit edgier.
The edginess is fucking so bizarre as well. When R4 gets his head cut off, and then fucking the Dibby droid's going, hit the droid. What was that? Hit the droid center eye. I made a joke when we were watching it.
Hit the droid center eye.
You know, yeah, he says that line.
And it was bad?
No, I made a joke. I made a fucking amazing spot-on joke.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember it.
I can't remember either, but it was funny.
It was probably my best joke ever.
Yep. He's digging the floor to get all the tea particles up. It's alright, Arg, you've got it. No need to worry about it anymore.
Aggie.
I know.
Shall I give him my 1 in a million cup to slurp out of to distract him? Okay.
But I was the whole time watching it, I was like, let's just pretend that I'm one of the butthurt fanboys who hates The Last Jedi for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put my mind, my angry mind into the
Your
the same context. and think about things in that movie that I could pick apart. Wow, I can't believe General Grievous survives in space when he blasts out.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
So bombs falling in space is
That's ridiculous.
That's fucking ridiculous. But General Grievous jumping out of into space with his just bare eyeballs.
Mm-hmm. His heart's just there.
His heart just out in the open, and he jumps into space, and he's just like, "I'm fucking cyborg, bitch."
And
even though my eyes are still made
and
of
all
flesh.
the air is like sucked out of the room, and Anakin and Obi-Wan are just fine. Who cares?
I mean, pick and choose, you know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. The point is,
I know what you're saying.
let me just preface that I think it's okay to dislike The Last Jedi, like without being a fanboy.
Yeah, but just like criticize it for fair reasons.
Yeah, that's not one of them.
No.
Anyway, I did a big fart. That's what happened on my week.
Mm-hmm. What? Do you know what I did, Alex?
What did you do?
I watched Mad Max again.
God damn it!
I watched most of Mad Max again. Still love that movie.
You've been absorbing a lot of media with the word Max in it. At the moment.
Yes, that fucking perfectly transitions to the other thing I completed it yesterday. I finished Mad Max.
The original.
Mad
not
Max
the
Payne.
Rockstar one.
Mad Max Payne 1
Max
on
Payne
PC.
1.
And great game. I mean, I can tell you right now a bunch of flaws in it, but it's harder to criticize when it's
so old.
How old is
Games
it now?
have changed.
Is it 15?
I don't know.
I think
wouldn't
it'll be
even know.
I think it'll be 16 years old this year,
Really?
which is ridiculous.
No, it's pretty old.
So I was about 4 when it came out.
God.
So I mean,
So it came out the same year as the Two Towers.
and Halo 1, I think.
No, Halo 1 was 2001.
Yeah, 2001 Max
really?
Payne 1. Yeah.
But 16 years, 2002, isn't it?
No, 'cause it's 2018 now.
Yeah, 2018.
Oh. Wait.
Minus 16.
It's 2.
Yeah.
Wait.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's
move on.
old. It's old as fuck.
As old as FUCK.
Might be a bit younger than FUCK, to be honest. But fantastic game, good story. The gameplay, honestly, I'm floored by. A game much like Halo 1. They're the only 2 games you can like play from that era and be like, this feels good.
Commendable.
And that is well done, Remedy.
Shame you couldn't keep that streak up, boys. Quantum Break.
They had a pretty good streak.
Yeah, they did.
Max Payne
Until
1,
Quantum Break.
2. Quantum Break isn't even like bad.
I never played it, so I'm just talking shit for no reason.
It was a thing. Like the writing was good, the story was good.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with the TV nonsense.
Well, yeah, the story itself was genuinely good.
Was the production value alright in that TV stuff?
You could tell it was like for a video game. But
That's what I was worried about. That's what makes it pointless to me.
but
I'd rather just a
for the-
cutscene. You know?
for the most part, yeah, that was kind of a weird thing because going between live action and then
Like video
like-
game.
video game close but still not real.
Yeah.
There's like a boundary. It sort of separates the two things. But I mean, it was a cool idea. But the problem with Quantum Break is that the TV show ties in like too closely. If it could give exposition separate from the main story and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but it literally went.
You have to have it.
It goes like part of the first part of the story is game, then second part of the story is
Yeah.
TV episode, then part of the story is game
Yeah.
after that.
I don't really like the idea of like mixing things like that. Like
No.
if I'm playing a game, I want to be playing the game. If I'm watching a TV show,
Yeah.
I want to be watching a TV show.
That's the thing. That's what I mean. If you could have exposition, even vital exposition,
Yeah.
separate, like a separate storyline that is interlinked, cells interlinked.
Too complex for a video game. Forget about it. Something did happen
It's
to
not
me,
too
Jim.
complex. Okay, go on.
Something big. Something very big.
How big?
Nah, not that big. I'm overselling it a little bit. Something with a little bit of a message for the people out there to learn. Something that might help your daily lives in one way or another. That being, never trust doctors. Well, sometimes trust them. You know, there are experts in their field.
Trust doctors quite often.
Trust doctors, but take what they say with a grain of salt. As in, remember, at the end of the day, they are human.
Yeah.
And humans say things they don't always mean. Humans are creatures that make mistakes sometimes. So don't take your doctor's word as gospel. Because,
don't fucking do that.
For like 2 years or more or something, I've been taking these tablets.
Has it been that long?
It was from roughly around when I made the fucking anxiety video.
Really?
Which I think is 2 years now, if not more. So since then, I mentioned in that video that I went to the doctor's and he immediately prescribed me with these like drugs called, I always get it wrong. Propanolol, I think. Because I always used to think it was propanolol, but there's an A in there. Propanolol? There's something like that.
Propanolol.
It's like an anxiety medication. But for some reason, I don't know why. I guess because just the mindset I was at the time. I never questioned the drug in any form. I didn't question possible side effects. I never did any research into the intent of the drug or things it's used for. Mm-hmm. And now, in retrospect, if I'd known some of the things I know now, I would never have taken them to begin with.
How do you know you hadn't looked up the side effects?
Well, here's
before?
the thing.
But
these drugs had side effects, but the reason I didn't know about them is because I specifically asked the doctor at the time, do these have any side effects? I might have phrased it as something like, do these have any like really bad side effects? Or kind of like suggested it in such a way where maybe it's only the worst things possible would be worth mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
But he said no. He said there are no side effects, and for some reason that was, oh cool, I don't have to worry about anything then. So then for like two plus years, I've been having these really strange problems that I just couldn't explain. Problems that I made a list of, I'll tell you in a moment.
Yeah.
But things that are like, I couldn't equate to anything. Like, it was really confusing me in my mind. Like, where is this coming from? Why is this happening? And the only conclusion I could come to was that, like, I was like clinically depressed or something, you know? Like, I couldn't figure it out because there is a bit of overlap with like the kind of stuff really bad depression can do to you.
Yeah.
These things being like really bad mood swings where like on a dime just something like completely minuscule could just plummet or elevate my mood.
Yeah.
A big one was these weird blood sugar level kind of fluctuations. So I've been saying to you for like the last few years, don't you get like really fainty when you're hungry?
Yeah.
To which you're like, what?
Yeah.
No. And like
because you were talking to me as if that's the normal thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not normal.
Because for the last few years, like when I've started getting, I guess, hungry, or I always thought it was caffeine because I'd always been able to drink caffeinated tea and coffee beforehand. But then all of a sudden, maybe there was a reaction with that and the drug or whatever.
Well, coffee like makes you think you have more energy than you have. So maybe drinking coffee, you do a bunch and then your blood sugar be like...
Well, that made sense to me. That it was just caffeine, so I just cut caffeine out.
But I mean, like, if your blood sugar is already low and you drink coffee...
Yeah. But I did ask myself, why like a year before could I just happily drink coffee without any side effects? It's quite weird.
Yeah.
but clearly it's down to these drugs just like screwing with the chemicals in my body. Because ever since I stopped taking them, which was like a couple of weeks ago now, or a week and a half or something, like I haven't had that once.
Have you drank caffeinated stuff?
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, but you should.
I thought, because it can take like a month for all the stuff to leave your system. So I thought I better not just start shoving other bad chemicals in. Tiredness and fatigue is another one, where like just knackered for like no reason. Like you're just like, I've done nothing. Why am I so like tired and like just completely demotivated to do anything?
Which is a
depression thing.
Yeah,
alongside like mood swings.
Yeah, that is a. So you must have been thinking that you're like bipolar or something.
Yeah, it was really strange. Like I just felt fucked like all the time.
No, I remember once Mum coming to me and saying like, you should go see your brother more because like he gets pretty down sometimes, and I was like, what?
There are more which are horrible. Nightmares.
Yeah.
Nightmares and disturbed sleep. So these are side effects that only affected me personally when I didn't take them. So take them for a few days. Don't feel like I need one today. Go to sleep. Have horrible nightmares in the night.
Well, do you remember you said that in a JARCAST from a long time ago, you said you dreamt of all your loved ones?
Yeah. All of those dreams that I've talked about were all from when they'd started up again, which was around the time that these fucking drugs came into my life. That's crazy. And that's another thing at the time I thought, this is really weird. I haven't had like nightmares since I was like a kid.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's not like that normal, is it?
No.
Unless you're like something
unless
weird
you've watched Gerald's Game.
Or yeah, unless you've watched a scary movie or something. So that was confusing, and it might sound to you like it's really obvious, but when you have the information from the doctor specifically saying that it's harmless, you don't put two and two together in the same way. It's just, oh, something must be wrong with me then. And the last one, memory loss.
Yeah,
I've been complaining for years that my memory is dreadful, like awful.
And you used to have a good memory.
Yeah. I used to have a really good memory. And this is the scary thing. Like, I can't remember if I asked the doctor if there were any really bad side effects or not. Like, I don't even know anymore. Like, my memory for the last 2.5 years is so spotty.
Really?
Because alongside that, so much has happened anyway for me. It's just all a blur in my head. Like, I can't remember any of it.
You see, these sound like quite significant things, especially the amount of an effect they've had on you. Like the kind of things a doctor not only should say when prompted, but should say either way.
But here's the thing.
Do you think you were taking too many?
No, because I would take less than it suggested.
Really?
It wanted me to take 2 up to 3 times a day. I would rarely ever take more than like 4 in a day. But you gradually like form a dependency on stuff like that. You're like, right, I'm gonna go to the hairdressers today. Right, I'm gonna just take 2 before I go then.
Just gonna fucking swallow a whole pack.
Yeah. And that kind of thing. And the weirdest thing is the way I just in the last couple of weeks, the reason I figured this all out was because I'd gone on a dog walk with my mother, and she told me, oh, I'm reading a novel at the moment where one of the characters is on the same anxiety medication you are, and in the book they're having memory loss. It's part of the story. And she was like, maybe that's why you've got such a shit memory. And then I was like, wait, what? And I Google it.
And all these side effects.
And I just see like this list of side effects, and like for anything medical, there are always big like chat rooms or whatever of people all saying like, what's happened to, like, what's with these nightmares and stuff? And it's like, oh my God. And then I went and read and did some research, and it's like some of the things the drug is actually used for. It's like, God, I don't really want to take that anymore.
Some of the things the drug is used for.
In terms of like, it's what you give old people who've just had like a heart attack and stuff to make sure the heart is staying regulated and slow. And it's like, fucking hell, I don't need this in my body.
Yeah.
And like, ever since I've stopped taking them, I've felt so much better.
That's crazy.
So, warning to anyone out there, I think I might have even like I might have even said in the video how good I thought they were or something.
Yeah, I think you did. I mean,
and now I feel like, well, now I sort of need to say,
yeah,
like, watch out. Like, you can take them if you want. I think
this is a valuable lesson. Like, not necessarily don't listen to your doctor, but like, look into it yourself. We have
before you like
now.
Just throw chemicals and weird pills and stuff. Because in America, I know it's quite a big problem with like painkillers, especially being prescribed left and right.
There are specific,
and they're so addictive. And if your prescription runs out, the only way to get that same addiction is like, street drugs.
Yeah. Well, I watched the whole Louis Theroux documentary. I said that really bizarrely. Documentary on Heroin Town. And basically every story is like, I was in a car crash 7 years ago, and the pain was ridiculous. So the doctor prescribed me pain relief.
Yeah.
And then it gets to a certain point where they're like, no, you can't have that anymore. It's too unhealthy.
Yeah.
And they just cut it off completely, and you're really addicted to this shit.
Yeah.
And
because it's an incredibly addictive substance.
But then you have to buy it for yourself. But then you'll quickly realize, oh, heroin is way cheaper.
Yeah.
So like,
it's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
And I was pretty disappointed.
Yeah.
In both the doctor and like the medical health system and myself for not questioning it.
Yeah, but I mean, you must have been quite happy the fact that your head ain't like fucked up.
Well, I'm pleased that like, even though it took 2 years of my life, like I've learned.
What if this has happened like 5 times, and you just don't even know?
It's scary. My biggest fear are things to do with memory as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing scarier to me than like just forgetting entire things from like dementia, stuff like that,
who people are and stuff.
Yeah. So to know that like just some of the things I just don't have any memory for.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't have to be like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist about everything, but questioning people or getting a second opinion might be a good idea sometimes.
Yeah.
And of course, always, if you can, dealing with things without like a chemical
that
substance
kind of stuff
can help.
Goes to show, like, when you have all these people, ignorant people, saying like, just to depress people.
Yeah.
Like, why are you sad? You live in a first world country. Like, just be happy.
Yeah.
Just have a positive mindset. Like, it's clearly shit in your head. Like, if drugs can do that to you and have that effect, it's like it's out of your control. Tying into what Logan Paul did recently.
Just thrilling. It really moved me what he said about that while the corpse was hanging by.
While he was wearing his fucking Toy Story hat.
I thought it was so moving that I actually went and bought one of his t-shirts because of it. I didn't actually. If I did, I'd put it on like a flagpole and burn it, and then upload it to my Twitter.
But I don't think we need to talk about that. Everyone's fucking.
What's there to even say? It was bad.
I think
Cunt does cunty thing.
It was just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to someone, like, I wonder if part of the video like the reason there's so much hatred around it is because of who uploaded it. Like if someone with more positive, like people think more positively about him.
Well, like FouseyTube.
Do people think positively about him?
He's got his fans.
No, I'm. But anyway, then I thought no one else would be that fucking stupid.
He deserves every bit of criticism he got.
Yeah.
And he deserves to be dropped by YouTube in every form.
Yeah, just a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah, too true. You know
On
what I'm
YouTube.
saying? And YouTube's really late acknowledgement of it.
Yeah.
Like,
They've been hiding. Oh, what do we say?
If
What do we do?
someone with like 30,000 subs did that, it would be like, you're fucking banned forever.
how dare
We're gonna send the Google army to kill you.
evil
Yeah.
deeds. And
But when it's a guy that makes some fuck tons of cash, they're like,
Oh no! Oh.
yeah, he is pretty bad, guys. Now that you've all said that he's terrible,
yeah, they wait weeks.
Oh, hi. We're YouTube. Just to let you know. We're actually gonna give him a strike. We're gonna remove some of his ads. Naughty boy, naughty boy, Logan.
Walked in the woods, found a dead body,
Oh, nice.
I'm sure nobody else has done that ever.
Yeah, you
But
know,
if they haven't,
you know, the other
I'm pretty
day
fucking
or
clever.
whatever, I tweeted that picture of like my searches on YouTube on my TV, and of course everyone zoned in on the cat mating scream.
which was me.
That was you, but
I can't believe you hadn't seen that before.
yeah, but there were so many replies like, "Excuse me, that's pretty awkward."
Do you know how I know about the video?
No.
Double toasted.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet they loved it.
Yeah, because you know how Corey always goes to like reaction thingies?
Yeah.
He'd just click on that and play it and it would scream.
Oh right.
Yeah.
That video is fantastic if you haven't seen it.
It is fucking hilarious.
I hope through that I've introduced a few new people to it, because that's what being a YouTuber is all about.
Yeah, it's about spreading they love.
Spreading the love or spreading they hate, if you want. Wee. Anything else that we got?
Trying to think. I don't think I've done anything else other than watching Mad Max and playing Max Payne.
I
downloaded Max Payne 2. That's something else I did.
Oh yeah. You ready to play that one?
Pretty excited.
You downloaded the Mark Wahlberg movie? Gonna give that a little
No.
watch. You can watch it while playing Max Payne 2.
No.
While
No.
you're doing that, I can watch Jangbricks while building Lego. I love Jangbricks.
Shout out to Jangbricks.
I'm really like knee deep in like the whole Lego thing at the moment.
I don't blame you. You're spending a lot of your life at the moment knee deep in Lego.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm just obsessed with it at the moment. Like I'm just attaching myself to all these Lego YouTubers, and they do these like weekly Q&As, and I'm asking questions, and and they're getting picked and they're being answered and stuff. And I think I saw an email like inviting me onto a Lego podcast.
Really?
Yeah, which I might have to go on.
You have to go on that. That's
I just
amazing.
think it's great. Like there are parts of YouTube that are like so pure.
Yeah,
and to me,
that
the
is
Lego part of
that's
YouTube.
prime pureness.
I don't really watch anything else. I could just watch RLM when they upload a vid.
Yeah.
Or Ralph the Movie Maker. It's just like movie stuff. Jim Sterling, stuff like that. And then, the Act-Man. And Jangbricks. And Mandar Productions, whatever it's called.
And Joseph Anderson and Shami and Racevic.
Yeah, but all of those three barely upload, so...
Yeah, but I mean, if you think of them all as like one channel, then their upload schedule is pretty decent.
So yeah, Lego.
Nakey Jakey.
I don't know, it's just something so pure.
It is immensely pure.
And people get just nuts about the hobby. Insane about it.
I know.
Like, I might seem like a weird freak in terms of how much I like it, but there are people out there who are 100 times worse about it.
How does Jangbricks have enough space?
You know what, I think I was watching one of his vids the other day, and I think what he does for the ones he doesn't care about, he packs them up and I think he gives them to charity.
Really?
Yeah.
That's quite sweet.
It just all fits in with this pure Lego thing.
Yeah.
Jangbricks is just the most pure channel on YouTube.
Jangbricks, you better not be the
He's
next
not like
Kevin
this-
Spacey.
He's not like a cynical toy channel. You know what I mean?
He was pretty cynical towards the ATSD.
Ooh.
I've never seen Jangbricks.
Just fuming.
I love how his fuming is like so passive.
Just him going, just so disappointed. That's in reference to a really bad The Last Jedi Lego set that came out, which Jang was very disappointed in. I just love it. I don't know what else to say. But I've had to make some promises to myself though. Those being, I cannot keep up with like new Lego Star Wars anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. Like when The Force Awakens came out, I was like, now's my in point. Now I can just get everything and have this like ridiculous collection, because the biggest danger in the world is the like collector mentality.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not even collecting it because you actually like it anymore. All you're doing is collecting it just so you can tick everything off like a checklist. And I got every Force Awakens set apart from one, because it was one that was like, that sucks. I don't want that.
What is it?
It's like the Rathtar escape.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I don't want a
Shit part of
Rathtar.
the movie.
Yeah, I don't want to be reminded of that part of the movie. What, are you crazy? And it's really expensive as well. Maybe if it was like 20 quid, but it's like £80 or something.
I remember when the movie reached that point, and I was like, ooh.
Well, that's I felt that a little bit as well, but the scene really isn't as bad as you said it is.
No, it's fucking terrible. It really pisses me off, actually.
No, it's not terrible. It's fine.
It's not fine.
It is fine
It's
because
not
it
fine.
shows Han Solo being classic Han Solo. There's a funny
it shows
scene
Han
with them.
Solo fucking divvying.
I love that, and then Indiana Jones punches someone. I thought it was fine, personally.
I thought it was fucking shit. And J.J. Abrams, you fucked up this time. You fucked up the Star Wars universe for me. Fuck that movie. Star Wars has gone down the shitter.
But my tactic for Star Wars Lego is, because that's all I collect is Star Wars Legos, only Star Wars Lego, because you have to narrow it. You have to choose one thing.
You said not just Star Wars Lego. Original trilogy Star Wars Lego.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've made the decision now to only ever get original trilogy stuff.
What if a really good Lord of the Rings set came out?
Well, it won't, but...
No.
Or maybe the old one, like I really wanted an old Luke from The Last Jedi, so it's like...
Which is fair.
Which is fair. Of course I'm going to want old Luke. What are you,
And
crazy?
an extra porg.
You see the GIF has come out where he goes like that or whatever.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and you get an extra porg, which is nice, I suppose. People will expect me to hate the porgs because
Why?
there's a bit of a meme at the moment that porgs equals minions.
It's just totally wrong.
Which it is wrong. 100% wrong. I can understand not liking them, but they're no Ewok. They're no Ewok.
They don't affect the plot enough to...
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't affect the plot in any way whatsoever, so their inclusion is purely dibby.
Yeah. And I'd say there are enough like nice dibby moments with them that make them worth it.
I thought...
The one in the nest is just so funny.
I really like the bit where the Millennium Falcon goes... and then it goes it's the kind of thing like...
It's the kind of thing I would imagine like I'd hate.
Yeah.
Normally. It's the kind of thing I think that's so dumb. Something about it just works though.
Yeah. I don't know
what
if
it
I'm
is.
just being a Star Wars fanboy, but I fucking love it.
It's not being a Star Wars fanboy because like 5 minutes ago you were just saying how much you hate the Raftars. You'd be making excuses for that if you were a Star Wars fanboy.
No, the Raftars fucking ruined the Star Wars universe.
I feel like that scene would be way better if it was just a different design for those creatures.
Yeah, if they were Wampers. I mean, not actual Wampers, but I mean just like Yeti people.
Just people dressed up. Maybe with a bit
or
of
maybe
CG in
something that doesn't move so fast, so Han Solo doesn't have to fucking run.
there. Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, Han Solo, I mean, I guess he's cool. I guess he's just like a fucking old dude.
Chewie, the Rathars are coming.
Should we move on to some questions, my brother?
Yeah, we have loads. So
Brother.
I think my Lego bit's over. See, the Lego-ness has to bleed in a bit. Yeah. I just love seeing
Your Lego
what,
bit more like your Lego brick.
Ooh. Uber Gay Mongal says, do you have any tips for creativity? E.g. your creative process, finding inspiration, etc. Well, talking about chemically enhancing drugs.
I'd say make sure your brother becomes a big YouTuber. that helps.
I can't always be your answer to everything on this fucking show.
It's the answer to my life.
Tips for creativity. You need inspiration.
Yeah.
It's probably the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
if I learn anything from listening to music,
yeah, like there's
only so many songs you can write about being in the club, you know.
Yeah.
And it's that
Too
same
true.
thing. Like if you were like, I hate Sonic. That was the name of your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where do you go from I hate Sonic?
It's the problem with channels that start their thing on like one game. A lot of channels get stuck, and they always get rid of it from their thing.
But yeah, inspiration is key.
They say finding inspiration. It just goes on what you're interested in. If you want to like make YouTube videos, you're gonna be, well, you'd hope that you're interested in the YouTube scene, or at least have like a group, be it small or big, of YouTubers that you like and watch, and there are things that you can like learn from them stylistically, technically, that you can sort of carry over. Like every YouTuber is like an amalgamation of all these different ideas, like from all different places, all coming to light, like Red Letter Media being one of them. They're like film criticism has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But they've taken like kind of like a professional, almost like TV production thing alongside like classic like newspaper and review shows on TV, and they've all like turned it into like a show, you know, for YouTube. Half in the back. Why are you doing that with your eyes?
Because I want to ask Jar Shitpost to do something right now.
Okay.
Jar Shitpost, in Alex's speech just then, have a like counter for how many times Alex said like.
Really, was I saying it a lot? It's because
we say like a lot. Like,
I was really struggling to
all the
think
time.
of what my point was going to be.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. It's
because I was just staring at your eyes going like
and because it struck me for a moment, and then I thought, all right, and as I was thinking about what to say to Jar Shitposts, you kept saying like, and the grim was just starting.
It's because I was like trying to focus on so many things at once.
Yeah. No, but
point is like
I'm sorry. You're totally right. What inspired you, you know? What kind of channels did you watch?
So I liked JonTron, Spill.
You're not allowed to like JonTron, he's racist.
God, I have to go back
Spill leads straight to what we're doing right here.
Spill was my biggest one. Spill was like number one. The editing style of JonTron always impressed me. God, there are more. I always liked all of the like animators and all the stuff they did. I was really into that when they actually made animations like on YouTube and stuff. That was most of it, probably my biggest ones. And I still have many like inspirations now, like just because like you have like a semi-popular channel doesn't mean you can't stop. I think the moment you stop being inspired by anything is the moment like you just stop having anything to say.
Yeah, you've got no motivation if you've got no inspiration.
Yeah, I think about how many bands are coming up now. They're all inspired by we'll look at this 80s thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone is obsessed with the 80s at the moment. And like, you look at bands like Tame Impala, heavy influence from the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone has like roots in something else. And that doesn't mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like,
Yeah.
the
But
Beatles
thing
would
is,
have been inspired by people too.
Yeah, you've got to find like a point though that between inspiration and just like straight up copying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to add your own voice to it, whatever
Mhm.
it is.
And your own style and everything.
Yeah, yeah. That's why when I see the odd channel that just completely copies exactly what I do, like in the exact same way,
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on.
But the thing is, you can't make it that way either.
No.
Because
No.
you can say there are channels similar to yours, but I don't know any that put in the effort in the editing department. Because like your videos, you sort of watch, you know.
Me?
Not like you watch. I mean your video.
Oh, right.
You.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
No, but I mean in a lot of YouTube videos, I find the style of video I like the most is one
They're really long.
you put in the background
Yeah.
and you listen to everything they're saying.
Like a JARCAST.
Like a JARCAST. No, they've got to look at us.
Yeah. Don't look away. You might miss some secrets, like
Just
Argy doing a
grumbled.
burp.
He just did something. But like the effort that you put in editing, like when I what's that video? It might have been your latest one. The one we recorded that shit together.
Oh, the
Not the trying to watch, but the
the
Search
not
for the West
Disney,
one.
the not DreamWorks collection.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I watched that all the way through.
What the
Not in the
the
background.
long one?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? I didn't know you'd seen it.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. But
Did you like the really melodramatic intro? Do you remember it?
I don't remember the intro.
It was like, and then it plays a clip of like one of the shit films,
Yeah.
and then it like fades out.
It gave me PTSD.
Yeah,
That shit was horrible.
you more than anyone because you've seen them all.
But yeah, you've got to add your own spice. You've got to have your voice.
Yeah.
Like, I like Donkey videos.
I like Donkey as well.
I like Donkey a lot. Donkey makes the best content on YouTube. Donkey makes the best content, full stop. Donkey...
Alright, keep sucking him off. Keep going.
I'm sorry, but he's so likable. I'm sorry.
Why are you apologising for finding someone likeable?
Because I just sucked him off for like 20 minutes.
Hmm.
But anyway, like, if I were to make a video where I was playing a video game,
Yeah,
I wouldn't do the donkey voice. Yeah, I knew that.
that'd be
Yeah.
cringy.
I wouldn't do the donkey voice. I wouldn't do his style. Because what's the point? Because, I mean, then he'd just be doing it better. He'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd be ripping off.
The thing is, you can do that style of video in your own way.
Yeah.
Still.
No, you can get across, like, the same points.
Yeah.
But there's no point in doing it in the same way he does.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the same points, like, Donkey says video game is bad, so you say it's bad.
No,
You give your opinion
I know what you mean. I think that people know what you mean.
I don't know what I mean. Go on, give us a new question, Sir Jumbalot.
Futuristic Bagel says, "What is the hardest you've ever laughed at a film?" I think I have an
Fucking
answer.
hell. Okay, you go.
I think it was the Beavis and Butthead movie.
Really?
Don't
Did we
you
miss
remember?
Baywatch? Is
It's like not
no.
even that funny.
No.
It just perfectly hit at the right time.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so funny. It was on TV. God, what year must I have been in?
Is it in the movie where Beavis is like crawling up the hill and he looks up and it's his gravestone and it says Beavis, he never scored?
Yeah.
That is actually really fucking funny.
God, I can't remember how old I would have been. I must have been like 13 or 14,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember that Christmas, Mum and Dad getting it for me on DVD and putting it on our grandma's TV with our baby cousin, and our uncle came over and was like, "Is this suitable for her?"
Yeah.
I just remember losing it for some reason. Just something about that. I was like the perfect age for that.
Yeah.
Just tickled me.
I remember you fucking loved it.
Really loved it. I don't know if I'd like have the same reaction now. Probably not. But and the South Park would always get me really badly when I was that age too. Now and again, it still does get me. You must have something.
I mean, I'm kind of like my mother in the regard.
You just don't react.
I do react.
What about the rhinos in that DreamWorks movie?
Yeah, you found that way funnier than I did.
I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought that was so hilarious.
I found it funny, but like, we'd also sat through like an hour and 20 minutes already of just that.
That was so funny. That's what I remember.
It was funny, but no, I
made the gif of it, so I can see it whenever I want.
Yeah.
You must have something.
All I can think of is the most recent comedy I watched,
Which was
Hot Fuzz. The one that actually makes me laugh audibly.
Yeah.
And
you didn't like laugh loads, you know.
I laughed enough.
But the question is the hardest you've ever laughed. Like, have you never had one of those rare laughs that is so like genuine, where you're like just out of control with how funny it is?
No, I know the
that's
one.
what I'm talking about.
I remember us. Do you remember when we were in New Zealand?
Yeah.
And we had like, I'd make some noise. We were with our cousin, and he was playing like the Hot Wheels game.
Yeah.
And I'd like start this really loud laugh, and then we just fucking lose it.
I do vaguely remember that, actually.
I don't know. How do you not remember it? And I do. You were like 10. I was 7.
Well, I remember in like primary school going to someone's house and they were playing Worms on PS1.
Right.
And like just wetting myself because I thought it was so funny.
No, the lamest thing. My answer to that question that came into my head straight away was watching you edit our old jar videos, you know, the green screen ones. Because I just fucking lose. Not even those. Like when you were editing Man Man Boy Boy Man ones. Like Fart Breakfast and stuff. I just lose my mind because I found it so funny what we'd like achieve.
What about when we made that
it sounds really egotistical saying that, but
what about when we made that like family horror movie? Like when I remember really finding that extremely funny. How old would I have been?
I was also quite nervous though, because like we were like the leads.
We were the leads, but also really young.
Yeah. I mean, I'd already been like nervous on camera by then.
Yeah.
So.
Royal. Nope, go.
Just that thing. Our uncle played a part. He was like this weird dude. And our grandfather owned like a dead fox or something. And he put it around his neck. And he was like being weird and like using the fox to look around.
Oh yeah. God, I need a copy of that. Put it on Jar Media.
And Dad,
it would be so weird because
Dad took a shit.
We looked so.
It wasn't his shit, but there was
some
shit
context.
in the toilet.
Back then, like we have quite a large family because my mum has 3 brothers who all have wives, who all have kids, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And my granddad used to live in Wales. In this like massive like mansion.
Yeah.
He was like allowed to live on the top floor. This like really gross
fucking
flat.
Huge.
This massive house. It was kind of creepy and weird.
Really creepy. It had like the basement and everything.
It was extremely creepy. So
we filmed our own Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, because our uncle, he's always been into like video cameras and stuff.
He's got his own channel on YouTube, doesn't he?
I think so. Yeah, he makes like train videos and stuff.
Yeah. They love trains.
He back then, because not all of them had kids yet, so they were a bit more time. we made this like family movie because it was so fitting with the horror thing. And there's like a creepy piano.
It was Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
But there was like a creepy piano. There's like those deer heads on the wall. It's like such a stereotype horror
and
thing.
our grandfather owned deactivated. They might have not been deactivated, but they were like World War II weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a rifle in that one.
Would I have been in primary school? I think I would have been.
Was it that long ago?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I was wearing those pajamas in it as well.
You were really young.
Really young.
So it makes me think maybe I was in primary school.
I would have been. Wow.
That's how long ago it was. But like it just has stupid things like my granddad had done like a massive shit in the toilet
And it wouldn't flush. So our dad pretended that it was his shit. Like he'd taken a zombie shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like a little joke.
I'd forgotten about that. I'd forgotten that whole thing existed. Royale 662 says, what are your comfort foods / albums / movies?
Pasta.
I like pizza and ice cream as my comfort foods.
I haven't eaten ice cream in a long time. Ice cream.
Yeah, we went a bit nuts with ice cream like a few months ago.
Like for the entirety of summer. Ice cream is the opposite of comfort food for me because I feel guilty. Because once I start on that Ben & Jerry's half-baked tub, I'm getting to the bottom of it. So I tie this guilt to eating ice cream.
Yeah.
So pasta, I just fucking fill myself up with.
What about like a bag of like some sweet?
It's not the same.
You don't think so?
No,
You
because
find
you
it
feel sort
comforting?
of sickly after
Do
you
you?
eat like a whole bag. But I
don't.
I mean, I feel sickly if I eat enough of anything, but pasta, it's just like being able to shovel stuff into your mouth. You know?
And it goes,
Yeah. But like,
yeah.
I think I've got a problem with the way I eat because I feel so satisfied when I'm like still swallowing and my mouth is being packed full of more. It's just like
Homer with the donuts in hell.
yeah. I just fucking love it. So pasta makes me feel good.
Okay, what about like movies and music?
Mad Max for movies and the Mad Max soundtrack for
Fuck off.
albums. No,
If you can have that, then I'll have Star Wars as mine. And Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is pretty comforting to me.
I don't know, but I don't think Mad Max would be comforting for me. I don't have comfort movies
No.
because
What
like
about music?
music. I mean, what's the context of a comfort thing?
Well, in the same way you just want a bit of casual enjoyment, you eat a whole tub of ice cream.
That is enjoyable once you finish it, and you're like, well, I'm just killing myself.
It's kind of just like, what are the things you always go back to?
The Wall,
Hmm.
the album, The Wall.
Yeah.
that is.
Mine would probably be just any Tame Impala album. Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I quite like Demon Days because it brings me
any
back
Gorillaz
to
album too.
Beatles. One, the album.
Yeah.
Because we listened to that as kids all the time. Pasta makes me feel good.
Phil the Meme, weirdly enough, says, what's the weirdest dream you've ever had? It's quite strange, isn't it?
One that immediately comes to mind for me is not going to be the one you'd expect. Because I don't even remember that one. I had a dream where I was at some docks.
Some docks
like
or
a
by
pier.
the ocean. Like a pier, yeah.
Yeah. In this little shed.
Yeah.
And it was like Birdemic. But before that movie even came out, I think.
Really?
Or before anyone ever knew about it. And there were just birds that were mental. They were killing people and stuff. and I don't remember it that vividly, but I remember waking up and that dream I've just never forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Just in some shack
There are
on
some
the
that
end of the
stick with
pier.
you.
Yeah, really, really weird.
Like, I remember one when I was a kid. I can't remember if we were in Jersey at the time or what, but for some reason I was with Mum, who was with 2 of her brothers in some, like, holiday home or something, but you weren't there for some reason.
Mm-hmm. What about Father?
I don't think Dad was there either. He must have been with you. I don't know. But, like, they were all watching, like, a horror movie
Yeah.
that I obviously wasn't allowed to watch because I was too young. But I remember not being able to sleep and coming out and seeing something from it. Something to do with, like, a
Wait, was this is this the dream?
no,
You're in-
it caused, like, a dream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was something to do with, like, a sea monster or something like that.
Right.
So, of course, there was horrible dreams about
Mm-hmm.
going to the toilet and then like a tentacle coming out of the toilet, stuff like that.
How come you weren't afraid of toilets then?
I was too old by then.
Okay.
And once you're past the age of, like, 7, like,
Yeah. You can poo wherever you please.
baby, poo on the floor, net floss, eat it, wee.
We peed on the ground, not the floor.
Mum always gets annoyed when I say floor instead of ground.
But I mean, that specific one annoyed me because it sounds like we shit on the floor inside our house. And
Remember that fucking guy that, like, just urinated on the floor?
yeah,
It was quite weird, wasn't it?
he loved weeing. He just wees like everywhere. I wonder what he's gonna like grow into.
He just loves urine, like, fetish shit.
Yeah, probably.
And he peed in his brother's cup
Yeah,
and gave it to him and said it was apple juice.
interesting.
Uber Game Ong Owl again says, what do you think about people who judge people they don't know by what music, movies, etc. that they like?
It depends what you mean by judging,
Yeah.
because
It's like you don't judge someone entirely on if they're a good or bad person, but you
Yeah.
can sort of judge if your tastes are going to align
Yeah.
in some way.
like if people listen to like all that club music,
Or like if
Or like-
someone says the new Transformers is the best film of the year, like I'm most likely not going to be able to have the kind of conversation about movies that I would get much out of with that person.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, what you're trying to say is that they're like a little bit really fucking dumb.
No, because you don't want to judge them as a person because they might not give a shit about movies. Really.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you might not give a shit about the music in certain ways
Yeah.
that I do, or want out of music what I want.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm just not gonna bother trying to connect with that
Yeah,
person
so
in that way.
Yeah, so if I heard someone say that, like Transformers was the best or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
then I probably wouldn't talk to them about that. I'd talk to them about something else,
Yeah.
you know? Could try maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't judge their entire person on that
No.
one thing.
And I wouldn't say to them either that you're wrong, or I wouldn't
No,
even
no.
say I disagree.
No, like, I
there's no point
never
bringing it
challenge
up.
people on things like that unless, like, I know them
Yeah.
quite well. Like, if someone says something that I disagree with in terms of, like, a movie being excellent that I don't think is excellent, or the other way around.
But the thing, you didn't like the first Black Mirror episode of the new season,
No.
but I do,
Yeah.
and we didn't like get into a fight over it.
No.
We just disagree, and that's fine.
Yeah. Like, I just don't care. Who cares? You know?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't like it. I'm not gonna force you to like it. The only thing I force people to like is Mad Max, and I think that's fair enough.
Well, luckily I like that movie a
Yeah,
lot. So
you'd be in a lot of shit if you didn't. How much do you like it?
a lot.
That's right.
It doesn't make me feel like any emotion apart from yeah, baby.
It makes me feel emotion.
What kind of emotion?
First you take my blood, now my car. That's a great dub bit.
That was quite weird, wasn't it? I don't like I can't get that attached to things that make me feel no emotion. you know what I mean?
Mad Max does make me feel emotion though.
I like the awe and the spectacle of it, and how well executed everything is, and how just entertaining from beginning to end it is.
But don't you feel the bonding between Furiosa and Max?
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel any emotion.
Why? When Max saves her life and he's like, oh, "My name is Max,"
because it's just quite weird.
It is weird because everyone's crazy.
Yeah, but it doesn't make me feel like any.
No, because I've seen Mad Max so many times.
Yeah.
I get more and more out of it. And
Yeah.
the relationship like between the characters is so sort of
Subtle.
yeah, it is subtle, which is weird to say about Mad Max fucking Fury Road,
Yeah.
but it's not like shoved down your throat like the scenes in Star Wars that we watched.
Which what? Oh, look,
I saved. That's the 10th time I've saved you, Obi-Wan. 9. The time with the Wrath Tars doesn't.
You.
No, because I'm so in love with you. So love has blinded you.
I laughed so hard at that scene. It's so bad. Do you know what I mean though about that? There's like my favorite
I do
films
know what you
personally are the films that make me feel like a raw emotion in some form.
I don't know if I can even explain the way Mad Max makes me feel.
It is just like, yes.
It is, that's the raw emotion. Yes. Call back to episode 98 of the JARCAST.
No. Yeah, I think about it sometimes. I think that's why some films are more forgettable to me than others.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've attached myself to certain. Like, I love Star Wars and I love Lord of the Rings. And I love things like that. That all have these.
Lord of the Rings, especially.
Does Star Wars not have it either? With the like.
It doesn't. It not as hard.
Really?
With Star Wars, it's pure nostalgia for me.
Really?
Yeah.
So when like in the trench run in A New Hope, where the music swells,
Yeah.
as Obi-Wan says, "Use the Force, Luke."
Mhm.
Doesn't do it for you.
Not in the same way.
Really?
Because
I never thought it did until like.
well, maybe I need to watch it again.
When was the last time you saw A New Hope?
A long time ago, I
Really?
think. A couple years. But I just find the premise of Lord of the Rings and what those hobbits represent.
Yeah.
It's so heartwarming.
Yeah, it is.
And then topped off with the music.
But don't you think the heartwarming of the little farm boy becoming like the hero is pretty heartwarming too? Just cool, just so satisfying.
Yeah, it's cool.
And like completely different like tone, but like the dialogue in Blade Runner with that villain, well not villain, not villain,
no,
android.
That dude in the first Blade Runner.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching that the second time was especially like, you really understand this guy.
Yeah.
And like, if I was in his position, I'd probably be thinking the same stuff.
Yeah.
And so on.
He's one of those great like lightning in a bottle characters that's like a villain, but they're not even a villain.
I don't know how you can perfect villainy that well.
Yeah.
Because
where it's so completely understandable.
Yeah. I mean, you can empathize with like greed and wanting money or something like that to an extent.
Yeah.
But
that's why I like Kylo Ren a lot in the new Star Wars movies.
Yeah, the thing with Star Wars though is that it's like so binary.
Yeah.
That like, I mean, he's been sucked in by the evil powers that just exist.
Do you not like how? Well, I guess it's spoilers, whatever. I won't even talk about it.
But in the Lord of the Rings, there kind of is that still. There's still like a binary thing.
It's quite simplistic. I tend to go towards things more like that as my absolute favourites that I really cling on to. But then at the same time, like movies like 12 Years a Slave really stick in my head, and Schindler's List, and like Saving Private Ryan and things like that have this like really raw emotion to them.
I fucking hate the word raw.
I know, makes you sound like a real knob, but it does really work though as a descriptor. How else can you describe it, really?
Pure.
You sound just as cunty, don't you?
No, you sound less clever.
Yeah. Like I heard someone on Radio 6 describe something as raw, and I was like, I just never want to use that word again.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. I feel like there are some more that I'm missing.
There definitely are. I forgot what the original question was.
It was comfort stuff, wasn't it?
That's right. For comedies, though, Hot Fuzz, like I said before.
Yeah, again,
that
like
whole
Shaun of the
trilogy,
Dead.
they always have points where suddenly they just hit you. Like with an emotion that you're not expecting, and it's like, fucking hell, that really works.
And that's what cements it that's what takes it to the level above.
Yeah.
Just being a good movie. That's what makes it a great movie to me.
You know the third in the Cornetto trilogy?
Yeah.
That's the one that hit in the heart department for me way more than both the others.
Really?
Yeah, because...
It's like so unexpected.
Can I spoil it?
No. Yeah, you can spoil that movie.
Yeah, but fucking watch it. It's revealed that the main character's like depressed.
Yeah.
And he's basically just living in the past. And like it
makes someone who otherwise
sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
With that character and everything.
It's like a trope that so many comedies just shove in without any thought or like idea for actual motivations for a character, and it brings.
And he would actually be really tropey if not for that reveal.
Yeah.
Which I remember like feeling tears welling up in my eyes.
Yeah.
It worked so fucking well.
I remember it's just that feeling. That's what like I'm chasing a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And if I can get that, like I'm just gonna remember it so fondly.
Yeah. I find it's become easier for me to get that feeling though. I don't know what it is, but like watching the new Star Wars, and then Chewie turns up with a porg next to him in the Millennium Falcon, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm
feeling things.
It's just certain things where like that being one of them.
With the music as well, and the way they use the music from The Force Awakens, which is a movie I don't even like love.
Yeah.
The way they used like Rey's theme and that bit where the Millennium Falcon
it's just
comes
so
back,
cool.
and it's like fucking hell.
Yeah. It just sounds so like you just get so pumped by it all. And it's something like nothing else can quite do.
It just overwhelms you in the emotion department.
Yeah, which is really cool. It's like that's why movies are so cool to me.
Yeah.
And music and stuff like that. I feel like there's some big ones I'm missing that are going to annoy me.
Do you reckon The Dark Knight has anything like that?
See, the problem for me is Nolan films are so devoid of like emotion.
Yeah. The Dark Knight is actually better than most Nolan movies in the emotion department.
I think probably the Rachel bit, where that's quite a well executed sequence for emotion.
I think the best emotional bit in that movie might be, spoiler alert, when Two-Face has
spoiler alert for 10 years ago.
Yeah, has what's his face's family.
You think so?
Yeah, because of Gary Oldman's acting.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you remember? He's like threatening his son,
I remember.
And it's
right at the end.
Gary Oldman is such a fucking good actor.
Yeah, he's very good.
And it's like,
well, that whole end sequence actually with Gary Oldman's like speech at the end and all that is quite. Yeah, this is really, really good.
The speech kind of bums me out sometimes. It's like
because it just makes no sense.
Well, yeah, why?
But
I mean, it fits for a comic book movie. To be honest,
Two-Face in the. That's why I think the Rachel bit is really effective in that movie, where he goes to the wrong warehouse, and then there's that sudden realization, and Two-Face just suddenly like, well, Harvey Dent suddenly just like is like no, and you see the acting so good in that scene.
Not only does Harvey Dent realize it, but so does Batman.
Yeah, so you have these two characters come to this like crushing disappointment. But he still saves them. He still does the right thing. But it's like, I don't know, there's something really effective. And at the same time, she realizes that she's dead.
Yeah.
It's quite a powerful scene, that one.
And then suddenly just boom.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really, really well executed, that one. So yeah, I'd say The Dark Knight's in there.
Yeah.
It's just scenes like that that really elevate for you. That's why a lot of these these Marvel movies just don't do it for me, or these big Hollywood blockbusters just don't do it for me. Like all these Fast and Furious movies where they have these kind of cheesy thrown in family themes and stuff. Like, it's just not very genuine to me.
It doesn't fit either.
Yeah, it doesn't like contrast very well with like the action and the goofiness of it all. I don't know what it is.
It's hard to put your finger on.
I think a lot of it is down to music, to be fair, but it's like, have any like video games done it really?
What do video games have heart?
Yeah, of course they have heart. Like, I think of some of my favourites.
Ori got heart.
Yeah, Ori got heart. Ori made me feel some emotions. Just from how, like, I remember, like, that's what cements it in your head for you. Like, just playing, like, a really insignificant part of that game, and with the music swelling and just being like, this is really, really good, and I'm going to remember this.
I remember a part in that movie, like, about
the
game, sorry. About the villain being not that villainous.
Yeah, I really like that as well.
Yeah, like the villain in that game.
I wasn't expecting it.
No, I was just expecting it to be like, oh, some fucking evil ass owl.
Yeah.
But then, in the most simple way possible, it just makes you realise, oh.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice. Really well executed.
Yeah.
Well, like when we were watching that Donkey video about Halo, and when the Halo theme came on,
yeah,
that gives me a bit of a similar feeling to
Halo
like
3,
the Force theme, kind of thing.
Halo 3 got heart. When like every scene in the last 2 missions, they're just callbacks.
Yeah,
that work.
Yeah. I think all of the things you just said that have in common is like really good use of music.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Well, I don't remember the music from the World's End. It's not the World's End.
That's what it's called, the World's End, isn't it? 'Cause that's the name of the like pub.
Yeah, the World's End.
That's one that's purely down to like writing and stuff.
Which was Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd want to say Dark Souls, but like those games are so horrible that
it's like a conflict of interest with the warm feeling, with the
something incredible that I didn't even realize until my most recent playthrough. In the last boss of the last DLC, which is like the end of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
They use like the Dark Souls theme in the fight.
Yeah. And
it gave me shivers down my spine.
That's the kind of thing. Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be sad or happy. But it could be epic.
Right. Yeah.
That was truly epic.
And in
epic
the same
moment.
way, the last boss in Dark Souls 3 has the same music as the last boss in Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even been that long, really, since Dark Souls 1.
No? Well, like, it's been 10 years.
No, it hasn't.
Isn't it?
No. It'll be 10 years in 3
Sorry,
years.
I'm getting confused with Halo 3 for some reason.
No, it's been...
What was it, 2011?
2011, so
okay, not
it will have been 7 years this year.
That's quite a long time in game terms. Though,
I don't have nostalgia of it.
No.
Because it's not, like, long enough ago.
Yeah. But
long ago
Mario
enough,
Galaxy is one for me.
Yeah.
With that, with the music from that game. That certain one, the Wind Galaxy one or something. And I felt it a bit in Odyssey, in that bit with in New Donk City at the end.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned that before on this podcast, but
you just mentioned how much you love that. Yeah, that is a game like that.
Yeah, like I just never felt that way about Nintendo before, and then suddenly something about that, just like I just get it now. I get it. You just did it for me. Of course, SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
That movie has quite an emotional bit. Do you remember when they're drying out on the thingy?
I like that movie a lot.
And they ride the Hoff.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. It's genuinely quite weird and funny.
Yeah. Apart from Scarlett Johansson fucking sucks.
Yeah, she is bad. What about like every Pixar movie? The Incredibles has loads for me.
Yeah.
I love when Flash is going on the water and then the music is
And he does that perfect laugh.
yeah, which I don't know how he does.
Mm-hmm. It's nothing like that. Yeah, a lot of Pixar movies.
You got a friend.
They've just got such good themes, not as in music themes, but story themes.
Yeah, they do. They just work. They just get you right in the balls and they drag them down and they snip them off. Apart from Bug's Life. What? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like Bug's Life, like out of all those early Pixar movies, it's like the only one.
It's got everything you want from a Pixar movie.
No, I don't. I don't.
Kevin Spacey.
I don't dislike Bug's Life, but I'm saying it's like it's the only one that doesn't really have much emotion
No,
to
yeah,
me.
I know what you
know.
mean.
Whereas like I have very strong emotions with Monsters Inc., Incredibles, Toy Story.
Monsters Inc. Holy fuck.
You put Monsters Inc. above the others because
What?
the end bit. The bit I find most emotional is when what's the main one? Monster. What's he called?
What monster?
Sully.
Oh.
Where Sully thinks Boo is being squashed and he's going. Oh! Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's brutal as fuck.
Well, the film just ended there.
Yeah.
Like apparently someone, in Toy Story 3 where they're holding hands going into the
Mhm.
incinerator. Apparently someone edited the film so the credits like start as it like and like it fades to black at that scene and they like showed it to like someone they knew who hadn't seen the film. So they thought that's
you
how-
got a friend
Yeah.
in me. Oh man. What other Pixar movies are there? Incredible,
The best Pixar movie, Incredibles, yeah. Ratatouille.
I don't know if I've even seen Ratatouille all the way
Really?
through. Yeah.
It's really good. So I remember thinking, that was a bit lame. It's about rats or whatever.
Yeah. I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation.
It's like the only film that's ever done that. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
That and Hunting the Hoff.
Jim, it's 1:30 in the morning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Because of all the drama. Oh.
Nice one, Keemstar.
Oh. The secret drama no one can know about.
Because of Keemstar, basically.
Pretty much.
Walked in the woods. And the JARCAST and the JARCAST.
What walked in the woods? Found a dead dollar. Should we end it?
Nah.
Because we gotta record so many of these. We gotta bulk record so many.
Let's end it with this. Ready?